Well, we all know that African Union chairmanship election is coming in the next 23 days, and we all know those who are vying. Talk about Raila Odinga from Kenya, and talk about Mohammed Ali Youssouf from Djibouti. And there have been so many rumors going around now that we only have few days to go, and all of them made their promises. But before we even delve into this African Union chairmanship election, welcome guys to another episode of Africa is Marwa. If you're coming for the first time, kindly don't forget to support us by subscribing and liking the video, and also make sure you hit on that notification bar so that anytime I do a video, you're able to get the notification. If you're coming back for another time, thank you very much for your continuous support. I mean, we are at more than 1,200 subscribers, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. So let's keep on the spirit of making sure that Africa is Marwa, or Africa is ours. Well, so let's start with what has been trending on the internet today, because we know that people are so good at propaganda, and more so that the elections is now nearing. People will just say what they want, and we know, understanding that the context and the political climate in Kenya, where the Gen Zs actually, most of them don't support Raila Odinga, who happens to be from Kenya, and many of them tend to lean on to Djibouti's candidature, Ali Mohammed Youssouf. So there has been a rumor today that Mohammed actually had stepped down, and people were actually celebrating, those who are pro Raila, saying that he's now going to clinch this AU chairmanship. And actually, most of them have started congratulating him. Talk about prominent politician here in Kenya, Jeremiah Kioni, who is a leader in one of a big political party here in Kenya, saying that Raila has actually won this, and he actually wrote on his X account, as I've shared on the screen, that he has actually won, and he's very sure that this seat is actually his. But on the other side, the Gen Zs, you know how Kenyan Gen Zs are so good at protesting. They have come out online with other information saying that actually Djibouti hasn't stepped down. And the thing is that he was actually bribed a whole 6 billion Kenya shillings so that he stepped down. And this was from the Kenyan government. We don't know. I'm not sure where the sources of this is coming from, but this is what has been trending on the internet. I mean, if you actually check online, this is what the conversation that is actually heating up on Raila Odinga and Ali Mohammed Youssouf stepping down. So we all know Mohammed Ali Youssouf and Raila Odinga made the remarks and in the debate that they had last year, and most of them brought in so many promises to the African region. Talk about Raila talking about how he's going to ensure that the economy of Africa is actually realized, and that Africa is going to become more independent and to stop leaning more onto the West, and to ensure that we actually utilize the resources that we have. Talk about economy-wise again, about the African continental free trade area. This has been a very, very long conversation which has actually not been realized to date. And Raila promised that he's going to make sure that this happens. And what will this do? It means that many businesses will actually happen across the African region, and when we have these free trade areas, and then the region will actually realize its own potential on how we can trade amongst ourselves, dealing with internal exports or external imports. But for Mohammed Ali Youssouf, also promised that for a very long time, Africa has been very dormant, and the conversation people have been making a lot of hollow speech and with less actions to do. And he promised that he'll actually make sure that we don't just have conversation, but we have real actions to ensure that the conversations around Africa is totally realized, and it's totally different from the conversations that have been happening before. So yeah, this is what has been ongoing, and I'm really curious to know in the next 23 days who is actually going to win the AUC bid. Will it come out that Muhammad Ali Youssouf is actually going to resign, as it has been rumoring, or Raila Odinga is going to win when they square each other on 15th of next month? Remember, the AUC elections actually happen in Ethiopia, and how it always goes is that the presidents or the heads of state are the ones who usually do the voting. And both candidates, Raila and Muhammad Ali Youssouf, have been going around the African continent, trying to, woo all the heads of state with their manifestos, because they need to know who is going to come up with a very good manifesto that is going to sell and to buy in by these heads of state. So we're really curious to know how this is going to end up. We are all eyes to know some of the outcomes that we'll actually realize by the end of by early next month. We should have known clearly how this contest is going to be. But at the moment, it's just about rumors and propaganda, which I believe it's nice because it's keeping the conversation going and keeping people talking. Lastly, I would want to say for the Kenyan Gen Zs, I know we are very, very, very much angry with Raila Odinga, and more so him joining the government after last year's June protest. We felt like, many of us felt like he betrayed the youth. But, we have to see on the bigger picture, actually, because this is more of just the country. It's the African region. And talking about Raila, we have known him to be a pro-people person, or a pro-people leader. And he'll continue being that. In as much as some of us might feel like he's selfish and always buying in with the government every time he loses an election, but we have to look at the bigger goal and what this means actually to Kenya. And we are wishing him all the best as he vie for the AUC chairmanship. We don't have any mandate. We don't have any obligation, or we don't have any role in this. So all we can do is we can talk, and we can wish him the best, or we can wish him bad luck, as some of us have been doing. But yes, I just want to wish Raila Amolo Odinga all the best as he vie for his AUC bid, and hoping that he's gonna bring this to Kenya. Or what do you think? Do you think he's going to bring this to Kenya, or he's going to do the usual thing? You know what he does best. Anyway, I don't have to say that.
A new chapter in African leadership beckons. Raila Odinga's message of unity and progress echoed across Southern Africa. From Zimbabwe to Namibia, Botswana to South Africa, Lesotho and Mozambique, Raila Odinga shared his vision of a united Africa characterized by peace, prosperity, and sustainable progress for all. In all his engagements with the presidents and heads of government, Odinga expounded on his agenda for Africa, hinged on 9 priority areas: economic transformation, enhancing intra-Africa trade, financial independence, gender equity and equality, climate action, peace and security, harnessing youth potential, and continental integration. Raila's engagements with the African leaders demonstrates his diplomatic and advocacy skills and his commitment to building partnerships to advance African interests. Raila's quest is not just about leadership, it's about connecting our people, our dreams, and our future. Together, we shall build the African Union our continent deserves. Raila's vision for Africa is the beginning of a beautiful story, not of one man's ambition, but of a continent's aspiration. As the sun sets on this diplomatic tour in Southern Africa, it rises on Africa's promise of tomorrow, a united Africa defined by peace, prosperity, and sustainable progress for all.
yeah, that is the quick update that I want to share with you. And I'm really excited and I'm hoping that you enjoyed this video. So we close it there. But before we go, if you haven't subscribed to Africa is Marwa, I mean, what are you still waiting for? What are you still waiting for? I mean, don't you want to make Africa to be yours? Don't you love the content about making Africa to be ours? We have been talking for a long time, and we can't do this when we don't have these conversations. So make sure you hit on that notification bar so that you get all the videos that we post in time. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly, please do so. Don't forget to share this video with all those who think value about the conversations about Africa. And please, don't forget to subscribe. I'm repeating that for the last time. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, and tell me in the comment section what you would want Africa is Marwa to do next. See you until next time. Cheers. Bye.